Greetings everyone and welcome to MKM draft. I was a little bit confused because I saw two cards I would like to combine in the deck and then I couldn't speak at the same time apparently. Because this is going to be among the last few drafts of the format and I haven't actually gotten this graveyard thing going on. Now this is a good shot to do it if I first pick either of these and then get the other one back. Now there's of course a Archdruid's Charm, which is good. I mean, you have to have a lot of green sources, but you can kind of guarantee it if you first pick it. And the Reckless Detective is good to drop, I think, also the Onlooker is. But if I want to do something different, I should take the... I think the Roots has like a slightly higher chance to come back. I'm taking the Outline here, and I'm gonna try to go in with this Graveyard Focus. And immediately someone passes me a Lazav. Well, this actually works with the Graveyard Focus. I mean, this can exile cards from a graveyard, including creature cards from my own graveyard. And you know, blue, black, and green are all cards that care about the collect evidence and stuff like that. So I could just be like 3 colors. Of course, this pack has Novice Inspector, it has the Case of the Burning Masks. And I like to do reliable picks, but it's time to do something fun. So I'm taking Lazav. Of course, this is just a very good card. If I end up in blue-black, forgetting about any kind of chalk outline, this will be a great card in such a deck. So let's take it now and see how it goes. Well, there are good options for sure. Absolutely. Starting with the Nervous Gardener, that would allow me to do the 3-color thing. I guess I could like splash the chalk outline, although... Well, and that Insidious Roots if I get it. I could take the Bite Down on Crime though. Now, I could also just forget about the chalk outline, take the push and pull and go for blue-black. Because this is gonna work in a black deck. You have the both sides up. It is a very good card. And this I'm taking mostly because it has the collect evidence, of course. The Courier is nice, but not as good as the push and pull. I'm actually taking this now. Maybe well, let's see if blue and black is open. I will be... Well, it's not. Actually, it doesn't seem to be open. Okay, well, it's gonna be the Nervous Gardener then. Yeah, if this pack had a very good blue or black card, you know, better than these options, I would just ignore the chalk outline. But now I'm taking the Gardener, and I will maybe be like a 3 colors. I mean, this push and pull will still be a good card in that deck. Alright, here I think it's the Gravestone Strider, which is easily the pick because it not only fixes mana, but of course also triggers the chalk outline. You can even get double triggers if you exile this targeting your own creature card. You will get double triggers. So this is the easy pick. Actually, this deck would want to play as many of these as it can find. Yep. And well, I guess the important point in this draft will be pack 1, pick 9, because is the Roots going to be there, the blue, green, black signpost uncommon? If that's not there, then someone else is going to do the same thing, and I'll be miserable. Here I will take a Vitu Gazi Inspector, very nice collect evidence card. Yep, it's much more important than this, which does synergize with the stuff, but you want to have the enablers. And then I have a Thoroughfare, which is of course nice because it fixes my mana. I'm still interested in having the Lazav in the deck. I'm taking the Thoroughfare. I could also play the Agent. It's like a 2-drop that you can then just, you know, jump with and have a creature card in your graveyard. But I'll take the land for now. And I get another Inspector, nice. Toxin Analysis isn't bad either, because you can, you know, make this 1 power creatures trade and then you get the clue and all that. But next one is the important one. It's the pick 9. Will that pack have the Insidious Roots? And the answer is incredible disappointment. I don't know what to do at this point anymore. I think I'll still take the analysis because I have the push and pull. I want to be playing black anyway, but I don't know anymore about the what kind of cards I should run. I'm gonna take the Crocodile. It's a nice amount of evidence for the, you know, it can die when it's disguised, and then it's already 6 for the Inspector here. I don't know how about my colors, but I'm taking this now. This loot, when it attacks, that can be useful, but I mean, not getting the roots means I don't think I can get if more chalk outlines or those roots are gonna get opened, someone else is gonna pick them. That is a card that usually goes late, but I guess someone else saw an early route and then was happy to pick the other one if they pick the first one. I don't really know, but this is gonna be a mess of a deck if I can't make this work. And this is also the reason I haven't really been doing this deck, this archetype earlier, because it's so bad when you don't get all the tools for it. Now I'm so far having only one chalk outline. That's not enough, but I have a good support card for the archetype. It's the Aftermath Analysis, which I'd consider better than the Bite Down or the Whisperer. I'm still gonna go for it because I kinda started that way. So let's do it all the way, and if I go 0, 3 or 1, 2, then so be it. At least I have tried once. And here is when you attack, draw and discard. I think okay, I still don't have a playset of these mythics. Actually, this draft is kind of going in a bad direction. I should maybe just use. I still want to complete the set, so this will help with that. I mean, there's the Eavesdropper. These are fine cards, but I'm taking the Mythic Rare now. I'm not gonna play it. It's quite bad, but I try to make something good come out of this draft. Now, this Presumed Dead is actually going to synergize with the Chalk outline because it will be a creature going to graveyard and then returning. But the problem is I have only one Chalk outline. The only thing that cares about creatures leaving my graveyard. I think I'll just prefer here the Escape Tunnel because it seems like I will be playing 3 colors, so I'm gonna pick the Fixing now. I don't care about the multi-beat, even though it does synergize with the theme of the deck. But I need some mana fixing here, of course, to make the 3-color deck work in the first place. Tauber Panther is of course good in this deck, but I'm just taking the very high quality 2-mana creature here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna play the Lazav. Because I kind of messed this draft in the first pack by taking the gamble, and now I have this strong blue card in here. I don't want to be cutting it. It's not an ideal splash, but maybe if I get enough fixing, I can somewhat reliably cast it early in the game. Like here, I can take an Escape Tunnel over cards that don't synergize with the deck too much. That is three pieces of land fixers, and then there is the Strider, and then there's the Gardener. That's at least something. Double Slimes, huh? Now I'm taking the Radical. I like it more than the Agent here. I need some ways to win, and the Radical can indeed help with that. Okay, how about this pack? I guess I could take the multi-beat now. I mean, I usually would take the Scoundrel or maybe even this Gadabout over it. But I have now some Collect Evidence and some self-milling. This could get some Menace Lifelink attacks in at some point. So I'm doing it. And okay, with the Gazi Inspector, let's have the enablers. I do need some expensive disguise creatures because that is the, or those hybrid, you know, the cards, these things, because they are the ways to get evidence 6 with 1 card. Of course, the Panther, the 6-drop basic land cycler would be nice too, but I took something over it. What was it? Oh, the Aftermath. Okay, I don't actually remember anymore. Well, I'll see if I get some good stuff still. This is 5 evidence, not 6, but I guess it's good enough here. And then here is just, I'm not going to play any of these. I really am not. So just take something. And okay, Vengeful Creeper, but also a Multipede. Should I go for double Multipede in this deck? I'm kind of doing the thing like a little bit with the Multipede, so let's do that. Informant. I guess I can consider running that card. That's a good sideboard card. Okay, Intrude on the Mind. I do have a playset of them, but that's not really a reason not to pick it. If I think I can make the double blue happen, which I might actually not be able to do. Yeah, the problem is that I'm going to splash for blue. Probably. Yeah, with the fixing I have, I think I should do it. But I'm not sure if I can do a double blue. Should I do it? Okay, let's do it. Let's go for the crazy splash. I need some splash enablers here still. And there is a Nervous Gardener, and this is not really a card I'm gonna play. That's just, you get the fix with this thing, but you also kinda, use an entire card for it. Now the Bite Down on Crime and the Confession, they are good ones too. But I need the fixing now, so I'll take the Gardener. And here I could take yet another Gardener, or the Presumed Dead, but now Whipcracker it is, because I consider that card just very, very good. I have a lot of creatures, but you need to have a lot of creatures in these decks because the triggers are based on creatures leaving graveyard for the Multipede and the Chalk Outline. I'm just taking this mana fixing here still. So this is now 4 lands. I need like a couple of spells to make it a full deck. And this will be one of the more, one of the worst decks I have had. I actually wouldn't mind having this, it's Collect Evidence 6, but there's still a Nervous Gardener here. But I like the 3 mana Disguise and 6 mana value for the, few things that care about collecting Evidence 6. I'm passing. Look at these white cards. Just first pick up a lot of white cards, but I'm doing the thing. Let's forget about anything else. Here, actually, I think this deck might be the kind of deck where the Furry Snoop is playable. Now, there's also a Glint Weaver, which is, of course, very good. But it doesn't necessarily, synergize too much. I'm taking the Snoop because you can mill some stuff, and yeah, it is the card I'm gonna play in this deck. And here I'm actually taking this. I'm not splashing for white, so the Panther is gonna be nice too. Alright, and that's also more fixing if I happen to need it. Alright, I think I still take this though. There's also L7 Evidence in a 3 mana package over the Snoop here. I think this is ending up fine, and I'm gonna cut the Courier actually. Now I have a good spot to just wait a minute. Can I have this happen? I actually could in theory, but it's very unlikely. I'll take 20 gems. Maybe even I play this card. No, I have so many interest-tapped lands that I don't think I'm gonna play this, even though the Surveil could be useful here. So I'm going to... Okay, let's finish the draft first. Scoundrel. Well, it is a card I can play. So let's take it. I'll cut the Courier now. And I will not care about any of this stuff. This is a 6 mana turn face up, but it's also a 2 mana card, so it doesn't have that much evidence. 21 creatures. Well, if I had more payoffs for the... I'm gonna play this. This is actually good with the disguise creatures that are big, because they will return face up. So I was about to say that if I had more ways to benefit from creatures leaving my graveyard. I would like this deck quite a bit more. But I have now the multi-pitch and the outline. That's pretty much it. But oh well. I have this random 5-color, sorry, 3-color deck, not quite 5 colors, because I don't need the mountains or the plains for anything. So this is now what the deck looks like. These are 3-drops. I think the Scoundrel is actually not that amazing, because this is a disguised creature that's not so... I mean, when you get this back, or when you turn it face up, it's just a 3/3, so it's not so good with the Presumed Dead, and it only is 4 evidence in the graveyard. So if I cut that, I don't know how many. Well, I guess with these 3 different colors in the deck, I do need to actually play 17 lands. Also, I guess I can thin my deck a little bit with the escape tunnels and the nervous gardeners, but this also means I need to still cut 2 cards, and the card I am going to cut first is going to be the Shady Informant. And I kind of want to have the toxin analysis to have a little bit, interaction. I have very few. The Presumed Dead is quite good with the Hellion, the Crocodile, even with this and this maybe. So I'm going to play it as a nice trick. And I'm still going to play 17 lands. So the final cut would have to be... It's tough. It could even be like the Inspector, but how many collect evidence cards I have? I don't have that many. So, what? Alright, well, I have only 3. What? So I don't have that many ways to trigger those things. I mean, they are the Inspectors. There's the Strider and there's the Pool. Wow. Well, I tried to draft the deck. This definitely isn't doing the thing I intended it to do. But... oh, well, there's also the Presumed Dead, which will in fact trigger the Multipede, which is not so good with the Multipede, because something would have to die before this deals combat damage, but it will work with the Chalk outline at least. Alright, one more cut. What is it gonna be? How much do I care about milling at this point? I have creatures that will go to my graveyard, regardless. And I have these 2-drops in here, so I guess I can cut this guy. It can bring me back some fetch lands with the cards that it mills. But, no, this is my deck. It's really weird. Not removal. I mean, there's like a push, and there's a toxin analysis that can be used as like a semi-removal, but... okay, let's see how the mana is gonna look like. And I'm not going to make this kind of a draft decision in future, because I really thought that the Insidious Roots could be a pick 9, because I have seen it go late so often. I mean, it was the best chance to start drafting the archetype when you see 2 of the of the payoffs in the same pack, and in pack 1 pick 1. I mean, what's gonna be the better chance to start drafting that? I had to hope that no one else in the table is gonna go for the archetype, which is not, that amazing. You have to really make it work. But I guess someone else got the same idea and took the Insidious Roots. Alright, so I need some number of islands. I have, of course, many ways to get. I need a double blue, but I have this thing. I have a couple of gardeners, so maybe I could play fewer than 4. But let's first put some green because I need a lot of green for sure. I do need also black. So is this gonna be 6-4-3 with the this kind of fixing? Maybe I don't need more than 2 islands because I need to have 2 fetchable islands for sure to be able to get it. For example, an escape tunnel gets 1 and the neighbor's gardener can get me another one. I can't go to 1, but I guess this is enough fixing. With the escape tunnels I still have the black and green quite well covered in here. And once I have my black and green here, I will focus on getting the double blue here then. That is kind of like 6 lands that can give me the blue, and there's the Strider and a couple of gardeners here, so yeah, that's it. Let's go with this. Sideboarding options are mostly like the pick your poison. If I really want to have one of these. Yeah, I could see sideboarding this in matchups where the 2 damage is gonna kill a lot of their creatures, especially if they are like 3/2 flyers. Then the value of this card goes up actually quite a bit of. But I will leave it as a sideboard card. I'll be on the draw here. I do have the chalk outline and 1 trigger for it, or potential trigger at least. I'm gonna wait 1 more turn, because if I draw a forest here, I'm gonna fetch an island. But then I will be getting the forest, because on the turn 3 I need this to be on the battlefield, face down. Or something else I'm gonna draw that I wanna play. Okay, well that's the way to get the island if I need. They went for a demand answers like a main phase. Turn 2. There's not really reason to go for main phase, tapping out for it. Okay, well there's the Strider for some additional mana fixing too. Okay, let's start with this guy and then let's see if I will get an opportunity to actually use the chalk outline. I might actually go for a block in here. I don't like seeing that. This has vigilance, so it won't be killed by the push, but of course when they use the mana from it, then it will. So I don't think I'm in a position to raise here, so let's make the block. It was, well, I don't have to worry about what? They could actually turn this thing face up on the next turn with a Thin Street Gossip, and they chose to offer the trade. Nice. Alright, let's get now an island here, because I need to have a land drop. And then the question is, yeah, I'm going to play the Strider. I want to play the chalk outline, of course, before using the Inspector. But I don't know when I have the mana, because they played this 4/4 Vigilance creature. I'm taking so much damage from it too. Yeah, that's the problem with the outline. If you don't have them, if the opponent is pressuring you, tapping out for a 4-drop is really, really difficult. Because if they do add mana from this guy, they can play a face down creature. I should maybe use the presumed, so the push and pull here. They can still play stuff here. Well, I'm very happy they did offer the trade with the Hellion, at least. Ideally I draw a land now. Untapped. No, it doesn't have to be an untapped one. Well, that didn't happen. because that would allow me to play the multipede and then the land, and then if I draw another land, in that case untapped, I could go with the outline into Inspector. Now, I'm taking a massive amount of damage. If I go for the outline right now. But I can get some... No, I don't know. They have so much mana on the next turn. I might be close to dead. I know I can jump block, I guess. But now that I don't have the land here, that's not gonna allow me to have a good turn on the next turn either. Oh, I really feel like I need to... I won't be able to achieve anything if I don't do this right now. So I just hope these are like nervous gardeners or something. But I think I'm losing now because they had this fast start. If I kill this, what can I do? I can, yes, play the Inspector, but it's not like the 2-4 is gonna matter. Oh, it actually would now, because they had a performer there. Oh my. So I'm taking a lot of damage from this guy when it turns face up. Okay, game is over. I could get double triggers, but only if I have a double green for the next turn, and which I would have if I... I mean, if I don't block with this thing, I die. Because I'm facing... I'm just dying regardless, am I not? This can be another Hellion here. Ah, they had a kill on my outline. Sure. Sure. Well, I don't think there's much to do here differently. The informant. No, it doesn't matter. Okay. There's not much going on with this hand, but I'm just gonna do this because I might draw one of my black-green 2-drops. I don't want to go for a fetch an island because I think I will be getting an island with this thing. Just in case I draw my double blue card. This also allows me to play the Lazav if I draw it. Because I do have one of the islands. Gamble. Search for a card and discard a random card. That's just -1 card. Come on. You don't play gamble in limited. This, because even if it's like a great bomb, there's like a 1 out of 7 chance to discard it. Okay, well they discarded Pyrotechnic Performer, which I'm happy about. And I drew actually one of the cards that made playing this one on turn 1 the correct decision. So yay, good. Good for me, I suppose. Well, they just discarded an extra card and lost a very good 2-drop. And now they got... Okay, they are not doing much. The Inspector is so weak though. I'm gonna have to wait for it. Wait with it. Just getting my... I'm gonna get my island because... Yes, I know the Panther requires, you know, another forest, but... My deck now mostly has lands that, you know, gives me the green. There are no islands and there's like, what, 2 swamps? Or is there 3? And I'm not gonna cycle this, because I might just, you know, play it naturally. Alright, this is actually good. I can play the Lazav here with the Presumed Dead. If they block here, I'm not sure what should I do. But yeah, now if they try to kill the Lazav, I will be having the presumed dead for it. Oh, they have another gossip. Okay, fair enough. Well, I can safely attack here because of the presumed dead with both of these even. I will get rid of the biggest amount of evidence card from their graveyard. Whenever you sack a clue, you may have this thing become a copy of that exiled card. Well, I will not benefit from that, so I'm going to do this instead. But I could have just traded that way. Anyway, this is better idea to do it like this. And then... that is a suspected Lazav now. I wonder if I am supposed to crack the clue. I don't think I really am. Because the clue cracking allows me to... Okay, and then again, if I do get an attack with this thing... Oh, they have an Unstruck. Hey, my previous video was about Unstrucks. I'm not happy about that though. Get discount block. So now I'm gonna go for this because I'm gonna get another clue regardless, so I don't need this trigger. And of course I won't be attacking with the whip cracker unless I am... No, there's no way. So this is going to... I could actually do some trick with the Topiary Panther, but... because I can make the Lazav into that, but it's not lethal attack, that's the problem. Yeah, I'm gonna play it slower now. I'm gonna attack for 2 only and get rid of... I guess the Performer wouldn't be that bad, because that would allow me to do something with the Crocodile. But I don't think I have the mana for all that. No, I don't. So let's get rid of the 4/4 instead. And I will just play my Trampler, I think. Yeah, this threatens more damage. Although this also threatens me a surprise 6 power Lazav. I guess I can play this instead. So let's see. They don't have 6 mana on the next turn, so this cannot be... They can't unveil the 6/7 reach guy. I will take the 8 here, go to 10, and then, you know... I'm gonna leave the option about the, you know, slant cycling this and then exiling the Panther from my graveyard and then cracking the clue to make this into a 6 power guy. Blocking here is so risky. If they have like a +3/+3 and trample, this will untap, and you know, that's just horrible. I must take the damage here and hope that I have a win for the next turn. Well, I don't have it necessarily if they play... Well, let's see what they do. Shock on there is, you know, annoying because it's a cheap... I hope that they're not going to double spell. But they are. So I'm actually threatening here lethal already without the Panther. So I guess I'm going to do that exact thing then. So they have to block with that face down card now. Because I can make Lazav into a 4/4. That's the thing. But they might of course have something, but then they have something. Okay. So I'm going to just let this happen now. Oh, the average chase is on. Ah, well, that's horrible. That's absolutely horrible. Well, that's much worse situation then. I might have to crack a clue now to make the Lazav into a 4/4. Then I can have an inspector because I will have evidence thanks to this guy dying. Because then I can... Yeah, because I also get... I want to have the 2 life. I'm not going to play the Tofiri Panther here. So I'm gonna do it like this, I think. The Gossip. And they go down to 5, and that's the important part because I can make the Lazav deal 5 on the next turn by giving it a counter with this V2 Gazi Inspector. I mean, I can already make it to 5. Power creature. And I guess I have to do it. Yeah, there's that. I needed the 5/5 to survive there actually. Now I have to take the 8 in here. I might actually have to just play the Inspector without... Yeah, I'm gonna have 2 blockers here just in case. I guess I can double block this guy now and threaten to kill it, but... So now the Lazav can become a 7 power, 7/6 trampler. But it already has menace, so they have to have 2 blockers on it. Okay, yeah, not gonna block that. Of course, I mean, if I block it, that doesn't do anything because they would just untap and attack again. So they had a double spell on the previous turn. Do they again have a good double spell turn here? They need another blocker for the Lazav. That's like the minimum they need, or a removal, of course. But when they have another blocker, now they have to double block the Lazav, of course. And once they do that... I think this is exactly enough, now that I think of it. Yes, because of the 2/1/3s here. That is correct. I'm assuming they have nothing for the 1 red. Because this will be 7 power trample because of the +1/+1 counter. I will trample over 3 points, and this will connect for 2, and that's 5. Okay, let's do it. Basic land cycling. I need to do this before attacking because I need to exile this. Exile this particular card in here. I think this is lethal now. Even Death Touch, so that actually allows me to win through, I mean, Death Touch and Trample are crazy. But yeah, this is enough, I don't need to even show that card. That was exactis. Alright, Ansrak beaten. It was not an easy one. I don't understand the gamble. I guess they got the Ansrak with the gamble, but I mean, they had to discard a pretty good card. It was random, of course, but they hit this thing. Right, well, I don't think I have any changes here. I guess the Death Toucher is now better. Now that I saw the Ansrak, yeah, this is good against Ansrak. I'm gonna play that. I guess this is good against Ansrak too, but not as reliable as the Death Toucher. This still won't matter if they have the +3/+0 and first strike on Ansrak, but at least this can be dealt with by a +3/+3 and Trample. I don't know. I think I'm gonna cut the Fairy Snoop here though. And yeah, this is fine. I'm not going to use the informant. I like this. This is fine. Well, I got my black with the Gardener, so I'm keeping this. I don't think if I can get any tokens from there. Well, this is gonna be slow, but it's okay. I'm gonna play this, of course, on turn 3, because then I can guarantee to flip this thing face up. Okay, that gives me mana 2 of some color. But I think the next turn is still going to be rather easy. I wonder if I'm supposed to block with this guy. I do have the Stalker as another thing here. I think they learned from the game 1 that they should not offer that. Of course, I hate to see the Gossip, because that means that if this is the 6/7, I'm gonna be in huge trouble, but in the meanwhile, let's get a Swamp. And yeah, they can also attack with the Gossip here. This is too many big things they have there. That's just so much damage, and this is gonna flip face up. No, I'm just gonna hope that they don't have a trick, because of course if they have the trick now as well, I'm dead. I don't mind losing these things. I'm gonna get the land at least, so it's kind of actually 2 for 2. I get the land and the Gossip while I lose this. I mean, but yeah, I mean it would be really unfair if this was a fair attack. All right. I can at least, well, no, that's not correct. They can crack the clue. They can crack the clue in response unless they use mana. I guess they might play another disguise creature post combat, and I get at least to deal with the clue. Because that's what the cracker does, and that actually happened. I'm still not happy about the situation, of course, but this is something. Lazav won't be that relevant. I think I need to... Well, I don't know though. Well, this was still optimal mana usage, but he's gonna be only a 5/5. And they can attack with everything, and I'm gonna take 1,000,000 damage. Well, let's take the damage. I mean, I don't really win by double blocking and losing both my creatures here, because I need to make this into a 5/5 and then hope that these are not the most dangerous one. But I might just die here, you know, or be close to dead. Yeah, that's now I'm at 6. So boom. I just didn't have the time to play all my stuff. They have a, I mean, thanks to that Chase's own, of course. That was too good. Yeah, the 5-5 is not gonna help here now. Should I have a 4? Yeah, actually, yeah, well, I already know what I do here. Then again, no. This should be a 2-4, so I can block the double striker, and then... Why am I even playing? This seems like a very difficult situation to be winning any games. I need to make this into 2-4, so I have a blocker on that guy, and then I guess I'll just have to have more creatures here, and I have to hope that this thing is nonsense. The problem is I need to turn this face up when I have other creatures on the battlefield, and I'm gonna lose my creatures because they are gonna attack with everything here. So all I will be having left is this single 4-4. This is gonna already trample over 2 damage. But if this thing deals, no, I'm at 6 already after this block. So yeah, I don't think there's really a way here to do anything. I mean, this is just too much. I'm gonna lose here. Yeah, I mean, just whatever. There's no way. It doesn't matter what this thing is. I will lose the game. Because I lose all my creatures, they will still have something to play post combat, and I mean I can't even kill all their stuff. This is gonna be, no, it was a reversed Hellion, but it doesn't matter what it was. So of course this was just a losing situation. Okay, another attempt. Oh, this is what you get when you play these colors. But the Snoop can help me. I can get an island with this thing. I can undisguise the Snoop if I have the time to do all that. That also might be... Okay, I'm gonna play this land first. I might draw a forest. If I don't, I think I need to get a... well, that is going to... Now, I'm gonna get the forest now with this thing. The Gardener and the Strider will help me get mana, but opponent is... Well, they at least... Unless they have a 1-drop, they can't add to the board. But I'm taking 3 now. And... I mean, why draw lands? Okay. Of course they do have the stuff to make the analyst attack every turn. And they have, of course, the time now that I have no capability to advance my board. What is this? I'm gonna have to play this face up to trade with the analyst, but... I mean, is it not enough that I had to fail drafting the Chalk Outline deck? I also have these kind of bad draws now, because I don't think this starting hand was a mulligan. They have an eidetic memory, so now they will crack this clue and this gets 2 counters. I cannot even double block. Alright. This is like fine, whatever. All the stuff this deck does is so slow already that I'm missing the land drop a couple of times. and allowing them to have this kind of a start. Now this might not attack if they don't find a way to draw a card. And this is also a very good card, by the way, if they have more card draw. But yeah, this is already going to be a horrible situation based on me being so much behind. But I think I need to play the Gardener here and get my island on the next turn. And I just hope that they don't get to attack with the Analyst. I need like my Death Touch trick or yeah, I don't know, because it takes so much time for me to get these creatures that could be big down. Well, I did miss 2 lands in this game. That is the sole reason. Land drops, I mean. That's the sole reason I'm having these difficulties, but okay, they have a sharp-eyed rookie also. Well, they didn't get to attack, so there is a little bit help. No tokens so far to kill, but if when they do this thing, and they get a clue. Alright. Alright. So I need an island here, I think. And then I will have 3 mana, all the colors. Well, this cannot be... Actually, I can play it as a 5 mana card. No, I was mistaken. Because the Gravestone Strider can help with that business. I think I'm gonna go for the Snoop here now, because I want to play this face down. I could play it face up thanks to this Strider, but oh, they have a counter spell even. Well, why not? If they have a trigger on the rookie and it's easy with this amount of mana. Okay, that's gonna go to bottom. This will be a 3/3. This will be able to attack. They will get a counter on someone. I guess they need to have a cheap enough card that they can also crack the clue. But they can have a land drop and then still play a 5 mana creature. Up to 5 mana creature to trigger this. But they would be tapped out. Okay, that will trigger it, and it was only a 1 mana creature. So now they will do the crack a clue thing. Or not. I mean, why are... This is so annoying that they are using so much time, because, you know, normally I wouldn't mind, but I know that my chances to win this particular game is like 5 to 10%. So I can't really concede because there's a chance, but this is just so much time wasted on a game, and they get the double triggers, of course, and they still have the mana to crack the clue. Are they not gonna do it though? They didn't crack the clue. They have a trick of some kind, counterspell, I don't know, doesn't matter. I can't even draw my lands naturally because I kind of wanted to play a 7/7 here. That maybe could have helped me, but no such luck here. This would have given me the white. So, I mean, they're gonna do this. They have a 5/5 trampler. No, it's haste. It doesn't have a trample. Well, I don't have this up either. This doesn't have a collect evidence. I can kill one of their tokens. And then I can play the Lazab. So yeah, I guess. It does seem like they might have a... They get to still draw the card actually. But anyway, it doesn't matter. This does seem like they might have had a counter spell, but no, they just for some reason didn't attack on the previous turn. Well, let's see what happens when I do this. I still have a 9 life, so there is like a... If I can somehow survive with enough creatures and draw an untapped land, I can have a big creature coming up. which will work if they don't have interaction among these 4 cards and the 1 card they can draw with that clue. But yeah, I definitely would be in a worse shape if they attack on the previous turn. They could have cracked a clue and gotten the trigger with this thing. Attack with this. Another analyst, so they're going deep with that card. No cracking of clue again. Wow. I'm actually given my chance to get a huge creature if they don't have a counterspell, because maybe they have like a counterspell. Doesn't even matter because I don't seem to be able to get my land here. Toxin Analysis is a good card, of course. I'm gonna play the Stalker here. I hope they counter it if they have the counterspell. I'm never going to have time to cast a chalk outline here. It seems very unlikely. Repulsive mutation on that guy, sure. So it was the very good counterspell. I think on the next turn they are now gonna crack the clue and attack with most of their guys, if not everyone. And I get to kill one of their things with the Toxin Analysis, and maybe I can double or triple block something else. The problem, of course, is that they have a little bit too much going on, including the Hedge Whisperer, which can just make infinite 5/5s out of those lands. And they have used about 7 minutes in here, and they still get a rookie trigger. Now rookie has given them 3 clues. That is 3 cards they would not have had if this was like a regular 2-drop. That's a pretty huge difference there. So let's see what kind of an attack are they gonna do. They should just attack with most of their guys. I mean, even the Maverick is fine in the graveyard, so why not? Okay. No, they're still wanting to have the rookie there. I don't know why. This is already has done so much work that attacking with that would definitely make sense. Well, I can't lose my Strider. I need it for the 5/5 here. So the blocks I'm gonna make is, because it's gonna be, well, I guess it can be a 6/6. I can lose only 3 creatures. Yeah, this maybe makes sense. So here I go down to, yeah, okay, let's do it like this. And I noticed I made a mistake, because I should have put this Whip Cracker on here to gain 1 more life from the lifelink. I just forgot about the lifelink, but let's hope the 1 life isn't gonna matter. Well, actually it's not gonna matter because I never draw the 5th land. I needed the 6/6 here to, and even then I would just lose. Come on, because they have, this makes a 5/5. I can eat one of them. I guess I can, well, I wouldn't necessarily lose, fine. But now it's time to actually consider. There's no way out of this anymore. Okay, am I even going to be interested in any sideboarding? I guess not. Play first, that's a nice hand. Okay, they mulligan to 5. This could be it. I wonder if I'm supposed to... Yeah, I think when they go to 5, I'm just gonna play my 3-2. They have a few ways to make a token, but I'm not gonna wait. This can deal a lot of damage in the meanwhile. I can also play the Strider on the next turn and then use the Thoroughfare to, you know, tap it, so I can play my land drop. Surveil 2. What's it gonna be? Island goes away. Okay, the push can be used to... Yeah, I can cycle this and I can get it back with the push, if I so desire. Yeah, let's offer the trade. I don't mind if the trade happens. And I think I am... Well, I'm doing this regardless. I don't have to do any cycling right now. Next turn I will be playing the Multipede though. So now I have to decide if I want to guarantee the land drop. I can guarantee the land drop by using the Panther right now. Yeah, I guess with the push-pull in my hand, it makes like some kind of sense. They might have a counter spell here, of course, but... Oh well. Don't think it matters, because I have the Thoroughfare giving me any color I need. I think my mana situation is totally fine now. At 4 mana this untap cannot be... I mean, the reveal cannot be anything too dangerous, so I can make this attack. Now this was a game where I'd kept 7 with a fairly decent starting hand, and they mulliganed to 5. Now am I still going to be in trouble here? We will see. Jump block there, okay. So let's see if this is gonna be a counter spell. I guess I'd rather them counter the Multipede than the pool. Granite Witness. Why wouldn't they prevent the attack from the Whip Cracker if they were going to jump block? Maybe they wanted this thing to go to graveyard. Maybe they have a chalk outline now and get a trigger out of this. Okay, well that thing has vigilance that allows them to attack into this board. But I guess I'm going to... So this will get Menace. They can still have, of course, the Annoying. They can get the Annoying. They have the 4 mana, put a spell or permanent on top of the Wounds library. Top or bottom. Well, I'm still gonna go for these, I think. And I think the counter is going to be picked up by the Inspector itself. Because this is gonna trade with this thing regardless, and if they don't have an answer for the Multipede, I'm very happy about the situation. But they seem to have it. Okay, that was just an outcall. That wasn't like that bad. And of course I do realize that well, by the way, I get to kill this, I didn't even realize, but yeah, I lost the kind of the push-pull here, because I ate the creature from my graveyard. But This is still fine. Do they have a creature here? They don't. Accusation on there. Oh, fine. Well, this thing has vigilance, so the push doesn't actually kill it. That is... Well, this is gonna be a good one. I hope they don't counter it, but I don't think I want to do it on my own turn. I want to have the option to... Yeah, if they have now the counter spell in their hand, I'm gonna be in such a miserable shape. Okay, that wasn't it. The cards are not the most amazing ones, but I will still get a Thopter out of here. So if I choose like this here, I will... No, that's not the correct way. I want to... Yeah, I guess I need to do a 2-3 split here. So if I get the Hellion, if now they could give me the 4 lands and a 1/1, that's not good. And now they could give me 3 lands and a 2/2. Now I will get either a... Yeah, do I want to have a 4? No, 3/3 is enough. A 3/3 will trade with that thing. So now they could give me now 2 lands and a 3/3. I want to thin my deck, so I'll do it like this. Or they can give me the Hellion. That is going to be it. That is going to be it. And the Hellion going to graveyard isn't actually bad at all, because of the push pull, well, the puller. Or if I really need to use the Inspector another time, that's also a possibility. Okay, they gave me a 2/2 flyer and the Hellion. Now, that of course means that... Well, I'm gonna go for the double block. If they have a trick, I think I just want to make them use all their cards. Yeah, they're gonna have a trick. They wouldn't order this. Okay. Why? They could have killed the Inspector, but... Okay. I guess it's easy mode now. This is fine. I don't mind them double blocking the Whipcracker with the 2 not chosen ones. It's gonna only be a 4/4 creature. They are not going to win this race. So they have a Granite Witness. That's like a way. That's a reason to consider playing the choose your pick your poison. Wow, that's interesting. They actually chose to, you know, not double block. Because once they are jump blocking, why not trade the other non-chosen creature token with the Whipcracker? Alright, so pick your poison is in here. Do I care about Scoundrel Informant? Are there some 2 toughness creatures? I guess there's this. Well, I'm already going to cut something from the deck. I'm almost tempted to cut the chalk outline, but I guess this particular opponent maybe can have such a slow deck that I have time for the outline. I want to play the Presumed Dead. Maybe I should just forget about this. It's not good enough. I know they have the eidetic memory too, but I think in this particular matchup I like all the cards in here, so I'm gonna go like this. Okay, look at this starting hand. No 2-drop, but it doesn't actually matter. All the colors are here, except for the double blue for the one mythic rare. The opponent mulliganed again. Am I gonna get like a pity victory here? Doesn't matter though if you win one match. The relevant thing is to win 2 matches in a best of 3 event. So even if I win this match, I would need to win the next one in order to not have like a train wreck. Mills, 2 lands actually, and a Maverick. That's a pretty good set of milled cards. I'm not going to play the Inspector, especially now that I have the outline. If I'm lucky, I don't miss on my 4th land drop and I can just play all this stuff and even the outline maybe and start doing some good stuff. But of course I can just miss the land drop. Now I started with 3 lands. I have drawn 3 cards, none of which was a land. So now I'm again in the situation where I have to get lucky to have a reasonable start, and the opponent started with a great rare here on turn 4. So I need to be able to match their stuff with my own good turn 4. This time it worked. A 3-4 is good enough of a blocker and I can just attack with this guy. I of course do hope they don't find a card draw effect. Well, I'm taking 4 damage in that case, and this can already, you know, be revealed to be something huge. Now I have the trigger enablers for the multi-piece. That's a lot of... Well, of course they have a deduce there to go with the memory. But you know, this could be a lot of lifelink damage from a double multi-piece if I somehow... Well, all I have to do is jump block with this. And I think at this point I need to do it on the next turn. Yeah, that is the idea here. I'm gonna play the second multi-piece. Jump block with this thing. Get 6 evidence in the graveyard. I mean, I won't have time for the outline because again, the opponent has this thing, an accelerated startup in here. And I'm nowhere near winning yet, even if I can attack with this menace for power key creatures. They could get a couple of more lands with the analyst also if they want to sack it at some point. Well, I don't think they're gonna make any attack, so I suppose I have my chalk outline possibility now. Just get a... Well, I suppose an island actually. No, a forest I might need to do double. Yeah, forest. I have the Nervous Gardener if I happen to draw my double blue card. But of course, the opponent has... If these are all some massive creatures, I'm pretty dead in here. But I will get a jump block from the outline, of course. Because it will give me a detective token. So here I'm going to take the damage from these 2/2s, jump block the 5/5 with my own face down creature. And I don't think they can deal 9. They can turn one of them face up, but it won't have 7 power. Okay, that actually doesn't matter because I wasn't going to block with that. Okay. Well, I'm doing this and I'm doing this. And I'm hoping that the analyst isn't gonna get pumped here. This will be something that is, you know, big. And if they have a pump for the analyst, well, then there was no winning for me here. Okay, this is the outcome I wanted to have here. And my inspector will also be able to block the witness if I give it the counter. And that is going to be a good one. Let's start with this. I don't need the blue mana for anything. I'm gonna go to 12 life in here. Get the outline trigger. This is gonna block a flyer. Get 2 egg. I mean, this also gives me life. So there is that. Then I will do this attack. The I have actually all the 3. Wait a minute, what's happening? Don't do anything before I'm there. Before I have dealt damage. I mean, they don't have blue mana, so I'm gonna gain 8 life here. That has to be. I mean, these have menace, so they cannot block with the Granite Witness. If they have a pump spell, that's not doing much. Oh, but they could have, of course, they could have had, you know, the Air Touch Alibi, which would be great because menace and Death Touch would be an amazing combination for that, but no such stuff for them. Now I have to think that, because I cannot play a face down creature, I'm not gonna play a 1/3 here. I want to see if I have to play this as a 2/2. I need to leave mana for the toxin analysis. Because I could also draw a card. Yeah, I guess I'm just taking it. I'm going to draw a card here. And not play the Gardener yet. That's more triggers. If I ever get to... You know, if this dies, I get triggers. That's nice. They had an alibi. They didn't go for it. Okay, that's okay. I wonder why they did use it on that thing. I guess they tried to deal some lethals now. Because they could have used it on the witness when I block with a 2/4. Maybe they have a card draw and they can make the witness 3 toughness anyway. So here and here. This witness will die if they don't have anything for it. So what's it gonna be? They are really taking their time to think about things. Okay. I mean, this unless this thing has trample, there's no point doing that. Okay, it's a gadget technician, so they get a 1/1. That's fine. And anything else for the witness? Okay, nothing. So they're gonna let the witness die. So of course I'm gonna make this now here to deal with the 6/5. And now they can. Okay, they still. Well, this is fantastic for me. I mean, they are almost losing. Sample collector, fine. I mean, I can't just attack for a lot of damage now. I think I can even attack for a 6 now. And play two more blockers. I don't mind. I don't care what happens to my blockers. I actually wanted Strider to die, but that's easy. I just jump the analyst. So this is fine now. So I'll play this thing. The Radical. I mean, I have a choice between the Inspector and the Gardener, or just the Radical. I think I can just play the 4/4. Now the multi-peach will in fact now, as long as the Strider is going to die, the multi-peach will both be 4-power menace creatures. So of course they need a lot of blockers, or they can just have some interaction, but they just play the land, this one, and they have one card in their hand. This thing, I don't know what this can be, but I can actually survive this attack. The accusation is... They actually were supposed to play that thing on the Strider. Okay. That's interesting. Because they're gonna let this sample collector die. Yeah, they know they can't let the Strider go away. Well, I mean, I take 2 then. And if I attack with everything, they block. No, this is lethal. No, I don't know what this is. Oh man. I mean, with... Are they gonna get a token? They don't have a double blue for another, you know, these thing. Technicians. Can they gain life with that thing? Oh, I think what I'm going to do here, regardless, I will first do this. And then see if this is gonna give me a clear path. Because I'm of course winning if this face down card isn't going to gain them life or give them an additional blocker. If I attack with this setup, they block a 4/4 and a 3/4, and they will take 1+3 and die. I mean, I don't know what is gonna make that plan fail, so I'm going to do this attack, and that was enough. Even if they had something that I didn't take into account, I have the Stalker here and like the Inspector, which would be... I mean, I'm assuming I'm losing some stuff. I could maybe even have the evidence for this, then get a 2/2. But this was a Hellion, which of course, even if they had the mana to turn it face up, wouldn't matter. Alright, so that was a weird match. But hey, I at least got the win. And I'm pretty happy I got to do the thing with the multi-peach, you know. I got a lot of life with the one attack, and that I think was enough to turn the game. Alright, with the Strider I can use this to get a forest. So a lot depends on if this thing survives. Of course I can just draw a forest. But we will see now. They could have that deal 3 damage. But I have 2 colors, maybe they don't. Okay, and I got another land even, but I will still well, I don't actually need to. I mean, it's pretty risky to not. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fetch the forest. I'm gonna use my turn for that. And actually, if this Strider survives, I can actually play the Crowd Control Warden without doing the disguise version of it. Okay, so this is actually pretty darn good because of this thing what I can do. This will kill the token. I'm just now thinking if I am supposed to play the... Yeah, I think it's worth it. Mostly because I have the guaranteed... I will play the other one without them having a token there. But now I can make a 7-7 if my guys survive. No, well... hate it, hate it, hate it. Imagine if I got the 7-7. Now I actually can't do it anytime soon. I don't even want to offer the trade before doing this Crowd Control Warden. But not offering the trade means that I will miss out on damage here. I guess the solution is then to not care about the Crowd Control Warden quite yet. Unless they take it. Now this is different. Because I was going to play the Multipede and maybe draw an untapped land on the next and play this just. But now I will play the... actually, I could still do it. The Multipede actually can be a Menace Lifelinker also. Okay, I'm gonna wait with the Crowd Control Warden. There's also the possibility that I can still draw the one land that is going to... Okay, I wonder why they didn't go for the block there. I mean, I was talking about the one land that can produce any color. I could still save 3 mana if I had it, but I did draw a different kind of land. So why didn't they block with the orangutan? I guess they were playing around a trick, and now they have their own counter trick. But I mean, they want to have evidence when this is around. I might lose my Multipede now if I don't make it Menace Creature. I kind of want it to be a Menace Creature this turn. But then I would also want to, you know, exile stuff from the graveyard. But I guess I cannot respond to this thing now if the orangutan goes to the graveyard. But then again, I don't have to attack with the Multipede, but I'm gonna do this anyway. Can I lose? I mean, I can lose only one of my guys on a trick. I don't like this because I have the Crowd Control Warden coming up. But I guess I will pressure them. Maybe I should... Maybe I wasn't supposed to attack now because they clearly have the trick now. I would have made it so that they don't use their mana efficiently at all. But this is now what I do. They have a trick. Oh. That was so unexpected that I don't know what to say. I mean, they have a rat. And for that reason, I'm not going to play anything. If they don't rat the board... Oh, they actually had a lightning. No, I don't understand anymore. Well, I can on the next turn play these both face down. That's fine. Okay. I mean, this is still good for me. They just blocked a lot of stuff, and they also, you know, lost the 10th district hero. They used their lightning helix. Yeah, I will get my island, so if I draw the double blue spell, I can do it still. I know I could use these as making something to make my creatures unblockable, but I'd rather thin my deck. I want to draw spells here. Now I'm at 20 and they're at 15. Yeah, they did gain 3 life from the helix here. So they are gonna attack for 7 now. I guess that wasn't so bad for them. Alright, and they have more of these guys. Okay, well, toxin analysis will be good. Now I'm going to leave these guys to block. Because both are large enough to be blocking. I guess I can make this into a... No. I will turn it face up at the end of their turn. They could have, of course, on the job here. And I cannot block the person of interest because I will lose the... I guess I can actually, yeah, I can turn it face up. Okay. Well, I guess I'm happy they play their spells if they don't have a trick there. Okay, they're gonna go for that. I mean, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna flip the one that's first on the blocker queue. Okay, well, that was great for me. Now I can have this as a blocker while I'm doing the surveil thing. And gain a little bit life. This leaves me a swamp up. Yes, it does. Okay, well, that was a great surveil. I'm gonna play this just in case I have to use this, and then I will also crack the glue. Okay, so now I can actually attack with both. No, I'm taking 10 damage on the backswing. No, it's not really that good. This gives lifelink too, but I don't think I'm gonna attack so that I'm getting random lifelink here. I think I can wait for... this will be horrible if they have a removal spell on this. Okay, the Snoop is actually gonna work. Because I have the mana to, you know, get the stuff from it. And that was not a removal spell. I think I'm now pretty good to go. They can attack for 2 here though. So let's play this first. I need to use... I can do it like this now, and I'm gonna use blue. I guess there's not that many blue cards. Do I need to do anything right now though? Maybe I don't have to. I am going to first surveil. Now, are they forced to jump block now if I attack with the crowd control warden? The thing is that I'm facing here. 6, 12 damage. That is not enough, even if they deal with the card here. That is 6 plus 6, that's 12, and I'm gonna gain even a point of life. Alright, so I think I can do this. And they're gonna go for the jump, which is understandable. Now I could gain 5 life if I wanted to now, but I think I can now afford to not do it. Okay, that's gonna be good. I could even get it right now and kill the Phantom to make it really unlikely for them to be able to win. Or I can just guarantee a victory for the next turn. Have a Panther and, you know, Whip Cracker, for instance. Well, I don't think it guarantees, but it's gonna force them to make so many blocks that they have no board state afterwards. But this is a sorcery, so if I want to get it now, I would have to. Yeah, killing. So let's see. On the job. On the job is the card that can make them win. So this is 6. That's 10 now. That plus 8, 18. I can block one of them, and I can gain 2 life with this. So I guess I will survive in that case. But if I want to be safer, I can just get this now and kill the Market Watch Phantom, and I would still actually have the mana for the Toxin Analysis. I would get only 1 life in that case, though. Okay, I think this is still fine, you know. I will play around on the job. And they had nothing. Yeah, on the job would not have been enough for them. But I guess I would need to jump block this in that case, although... if they don't have an on the job, I can just make this into a 1/4 and not lose the creature. Okay, so this seems like a pretty good red-white deck, but I still managed to win here thanks to, well, the Whipcracker killing their friend from the inside source was definitely relevant there. Pick your poison. I don't see good targets for it. I have 1 artifact in here, and it's so important that I will keep it here even though they have the orangutan. In this matchup, the Shady Informant is actually pretty nice, and this is a little bit too slow and ineffective, so I'm gonna make that switch. I'm thinking about the Scoundrel. Maybe it's better than this because it can just be a 4-mana 3/3 Death Toucher. Maybe the Presumed Dead isn't actually that great here. I could see not playing that and having the Scoundrel. More creatures here. 19 creatures. Well, that's enough creatures, I'm sure. Actually, the Chalk Outline might be a bad one in this matchup. Okay, I'm going to cut that, and now I will still play the Presumed Dead. Yeah, this is too slow against the red-white deck, especially on the draw. So this is the sideboarding. It is a slow hand, but if I can draw a land here, well, it would have to be a forest so that I could use this on turn 2. But now I'm playing the Thoroughfare and hoping to have a land for turn 3. I'm still keeping it because I think it's worth the risk. This has at least stuff going on, and even through the, you know, the best land here I can draw. Okay, that does mean that I'm going to get a land with a Panther. It will be the island, because I need to hit my land drops here. It also gives me evidence if I get one of my 1/3s, which is really good against the 2/2 flyers. The thoroughfare allows me to play this without doing the disguise. Here it's pretty easily going to be, well, I don't know. I think it's going to be the Hellion, in fact, because this is the card I care about the least. I want to get the land from this, so I will definitely play the Gardener most likely on the next turn. Oh, the opponent has some pretty unfair stuff. Okay, let's go to game 3. I mean, I'm not going to concede, but this is very close to being going to game 3. I guess the only kind of a good thing here is that these triggers won't happen that easily now, because the creatures will have more power. Well, it's still gonna work with the Drone Smith, because now they get a 2-2. Ah, look at this. What a start. Okay, let's now actually go to game 3. This was insane start. At least I will be on the play, and I will be using the Pick Your Poison. I learned that. And then the card I care about the least in here is... Now, I like the Presumed Dead because it works so nicely with these expensive disguise creatures, and these actually give me a clock. Now, they won't be able to block when they are suspected, but they're also allowing me to, deal damage while maybe trying to bolster my defenses somehow. I think it is important. So, I will play the Presumed Dead. And the card I will not be playing is, I think, the Scoundrel. And that's it. I'm keeping it. I of course need a lot of help, because I can't play this 1-3 and then this on turn 5, but opponent mulliganed, that's nice. I'm gonna get the swamp here immediately. I might get the... Actually... No, I need double blue. I'm gonna get an island here first. If I draw a black card, then I might need to get a swamp, but... What? This is the worst thing there is. I have to wait for a bit, both with the Inspector and with the Escape Tunnel. Okay, I think it's better now to play this as just a 1-3, and I will play this as a 4-4. I'm not gonna, dream about having this turned face up at 7 mana, because this will give me a lot of fuel. Now, sadly, of course, yeah, I waited for a while. Now I'm getting punished, because I could have now done the Escape Tunnel for the island on the previous turn. Now, at least I have a blocker on the Savior, but... Well, I'm still not playing this face down, or am I? Well, no. I mean, if I was, then I was supposed to play the tunnel. But I'm gonna do the 4-4 here and see that they're gonna probably have some trick on the Inspector. I mean, some trick to save this 2-1 here. Or just kill the Inspector. Okay, they have no attacks yet. I'm very happy about that. And that is the way to get both double blue and the swamp, but I actually rather play this as a creature now. So I'm getting punished by a lot by not doing the Escape Tunnel for the island earlier in the game, because now I actually miss my play for this turn. It's not great, but it is what it is. I guess if there's some plus side here is that the opponent tries to maybe play around some effect. And at least if they had some tricks to back up, they only attack for 1 here. Even not that. Okay, why would they attack with the person of interest? It just dies. They want to force through some damage. This is insanely good for me. I mean, I can take this. Only 2 damage and they lose the consultant. I don't think it's worth it, but that's what they chose to do. Okay, let's get the island, because that will allow me to get the swamp for the multi-beat. Well, there is the swamp. Now, of course, what I could do is just play the Panther. Am I willing to do it? I think I am, because it is a nice big creature that blocks very well and also allows me to start attacking if they don't deal with it. They have no attacks. This Inspector doing some great work, and they have only what? No, this is actually good. They get a 2/4 out of this guy now. That is good for them. Well, I mean, they can block with this. They can block with the Orangutan and the Dronesmith. I'm actually willing to start the race in a way that I will attack with the Radical too. Oh, they actually are gonna... Well, I try to kill the Orangutan at least. This is great if both of those are gonna die. Wow. Now that changes things a little bit. I'm still gonna go with the mana efficient play of doing this and the face down Gardener. I still want to have the land from the Gardener. Yeah, but this Inspector alone has done so much work keeping the Savior at bay and making the Dronesmith not so great. Is that another Orangutan? Okay, that also works. Nice little trick with the Dronesmith. This allows you to also sack an artifact. Makeshift binding on the multi... Okay, the Radical, yeah. The multi-beat can give me... Can get some lifelink, of course. It is time to... I'm just gonna fetch the land first. Am I gonna attack with the multi-beat? It has toxin... Yeah, I have a toxin analysis, so if they double block it, which is the only way to deal with it, that would be... Actually, I'm going to also attack with this, because if they now block the... I don't think they're gonna block the disguised creature, but if they are, I can use the toxin analysis to kill the Dronesmith. Okay, this is perfect for me now, because this is allowing me to kill both of those. And I'm gonna have my land drop too, which is gonna be the swamp. And then I will be using the intrude on the mind. I think I can even take the 2 here. But I would have a free block if I get a 3/3. But do I let them commit to the board first? Then again, a free kill is a free kill. Let's do it now. Okay, that's all spells. Pick your poison, informant stuff. Okay, I'm gonna get one of these 6-drops in both piles. So if I get these, I will get these 2 and a 3/3. Now if I get these, I will get a these 3 and a 2/2. But the flyer can be valuable. Pick your poison can deal with the makeshift binding already. So if I switch around the informant and the stalker, no, I think this is fine. I'm guaranteed to have one of the expensive guys. And of course, if they give me a 3/3, then I have a good block on this, but this is now... I don't need to block there, of course. I have the 2/2 flyer as an attacker instead. Tracker exiles bunch of stuff from the graveyard, but I still have plenty of evidence for this. I also did sideboard out my chalk outline. I think I have like 1 multi-beat left that would care about one of these that would care about creatures leaving. This is now 8 mana. Well, whatever happens, I'm going to just tap down the clue here, because you can always sack the clue without tapping it. So that's just a free way to play that land. And now that's it. That is 8 mana. I can make them sack the flyer. But do I want to have a 4/4 ground guy instead? I think I'll see what they do about this now. I'm gonna play this, and now I have to decide between... Well, I don't have to decide between anything. I'm gonna save this for now. But if I want to have the 4/4 as an attacker on the next turn... Yeah, I guess that's just better. I'll get that. Yeah, these 2-drops are not gonna be that great here. This one is though, so I need to now... Okay, this will be good too. I need to have a fast attack here. Fast way to win here now before they get to make all of their creatures indestructible. So first I will draw the card to see a little bit of more information here. And that is going to be a lot of stuff. Okay. Does this say sacrifice? Yep, so it actually works with the presumed dead. It will return suspected. They can go for this on the next turn, so I need them to block with as many things as possible. I don't actually have mana for this pool and the presumed dead, sadly. I have only 7. So... if I get the informant and the crocodile, yeah, I'm gonna do that. This is gonna die and deal 2 damage somewhere, and this is just gonna force a jump block, or I get another clue here, and I will attack with everything. And let's see what happens. They don't even want to know what happens. Well, yeah, I guess that was fun. Yeah, I don't think they have that good block options here. They can't take, first of all, this is 3, 5, 8, 12 plus 9, 21 damage. So they have to block at least the 5/5, that leaves 16. And then they have to still block the 4/4, that leaves 12. And when this dies, I can give it, point this at them. That would still be 14. So they need to block even a 3rd creature, which means that they will actually lose. They have to block with 10th district hero. And even if they block just the 1/3, I can make then this 2 damage on the hero itself. Because I think they could be at 3 life in that case. Let's say they block the 4/4 and the 5/5. This is gonna be 7 plus 5, 12 damage. No, actually, no. Yeah, they block the 4/4 and the 5/5 with these guys, and then the hero could block the 1/3, and that would be what, 7 plus 4, 11. So the 2 damage wouldn't be enough to finish them off, but it would be enough to finish off the 10th district hero, and of course leave me a massive board here. Okay. So I didn't really get to do the chalk outline thing, and I lost the first match, but then I don't know how I won the 3rd one, because, well, I won it because I had the Witty Inspector blocking their flyers, and they didn't draw their anthem effect in the third game. This deck is just a mess. I guess showcasing the usefulness of the multipede. That was nice, you know. It is quite a strong ability when you get to trigger it. And it's not that hard to trigger it, and you don't have to trigger it all the time. But still, it's not the greatest 4-drop, but maybe I can respect this card a little bit more, you know, in decks that have some ways to trigger it, you know, collect evidence, and Gravestone Strider, and then the 1/1 Surveil 2 guy also can make itself leave a graveyard, triggering this kind of stuff. So that was that. I never sadly got to do the Presumed Dead on something like Riftburst Hellion or the Crocodile. That would have been nice. And I think I didn't see the Lazav that much in the games either. But it did some quite good work in the, at least in one of the matches. Alright, well, I'm very happy to end up with 2 wins after such a draft, but I'm not going to do this anymore. I have a few drafts maybe left of this set, but I'm not going to take the Chalkle outline, at least not over actual good cards that don't require any synergy. I might pick it from a pack that has nothing else, and I can try to see if I can make it work, but I won't be pack one, pick one picking it anymore. I tried and the draft failed, but the deck did function well enough to give me the 2 wins. Let's take the prize here, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.